finally got the chance to watch Angry Birds 2, so now it's time to talk Simply Cinema. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema, and today we're going to be reviewing Angry Birds 2, but before we get into my thoughts, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. What did you think of it? Was it good, bad, or somewhere in between? Angry Birds 2 starts only a little while after the first one, continuing the story of Red as the hero of bringing the birds and the pigs together, and though they still fight, it's a fight for just fun, playing with each other basically as friends. When they discover a new threat of this third island with other birds that try and attack them, that's when they have to team together, the birds and the pigs, and then come up to defeat the other island. The fact that this was a family-friendly film intended for a younger audience than me, it did have some good moments within the beginning and within the end. The beginning had a lot of the good shots with the slingshots reminding me of the times that I played the game, and of course the purpose of the game with the slingshots attacking the pigs, and they also added some fun with the pigs attacking the birds with the slingshot because of the invention Red made in the first movie, so it was a little bit of fun getting to see that. But I also will say at the end, near the final battle and all that, there was a little section where I was actually interested. There wasn't as much annoying jokes that were more intended for kids. And though the moments were very brief, I did enjoy the little moments between the seal and the dog. To the negatives, I do want to mention this film was not necessarily intended for me, so most of the negatives derive from the factor because it takes the enjoyment out of the film when some of the jokes intended for the younger audience don't necessarily work for me. They don't make me laugh or anything, and some of that just detracts from the film. Though the original Angry Birds film follows roughly the same formula, I enjoyed that one a little bit more just because it had more of the Angry Birds feel. It had more of the slingshot moments, but also some creative element and originality within the idea of Angry Birds. And because they sought after something completely new just to make this one different, and by adding in the other eagles and the other island that's not even in the original video game, it was a creative element that I was interested in and wanted to see how that would turn out, but it just didn't work for me because when I saw them, I just didn't feel like I was watching an Angry Birds movie necessarily. And the way the pigs and the Angry Birds team up was a nice little element, but it didn't work when you're not getting every pig and every bird in a full-out battle like we got in the first one, where they had all of the Angry Birds launching at the pigs, and they only had a select few from the pigs and the birds to go up against the other angry eagles because of the fact that they were trying to do a stealthy mission, which worked out for what they were trying to do, but it just didn't have as much flavor as what they were doing in the final battle of the first. With the character arc of Red in this one, it feels like we're repeating the same story that we got in the original, which just doesn't feel as good because you're seeing Red as the hero now, and he's starting to become let down because he feels like he's going to let people down and not become the hero anymore. And though he didn't start out as the hero in the first one, it still feels like a repetition of the first story. Well, they tried to take it in a new and interesting direction. It just did not land well for me, so I'd have to rate it simply 3.2 out of 10, and those were just my thoughts on it. Let me know yours down in comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts so we can talk Simply Cinema. Make sure to check out these other videos. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button right in the middle. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll be back for more movie reviews, rankings, and more.